You ever notice how some battles in life start with something so small, so weirdly specific, it almost feels like a joke? Yeah, that happened to me. It started with a color, an ugly, almost radioactive yellow, the kind that screams, danger, louder than a hornet on your neck. I didn't see it when I poured my first cup of coffee and shuffled out to the porch, but there it was, slapped right onto my little free library, my pride and joy, my anchor after Arthur passed. The library was more than cedar and screws. It was the last thing we built together, plans scribbled on a napkin, a copper owl for the top because every library, he said, deserves a little grandeur. Now this cheap, plastic sticker, all laminated and angry, was shouting violation. Oak Creek HOA Covenant. 7.4. Unapproved permanent structure, right under the owl's perch. I just stared at it, lukewarm coffee forgotten, trying to process how a box of books for kids could be a threat to the neighborhood. I'd seen half the block stop by, little Leo Martinez grabbing dinosaur books, Mrs. Gable sneaking romances, even cranky Mr. Henderson pretending not to care, but leaving thick John Grisham novels in the slot. The library was doing what it was supposed to do, connect people. Arthur would have loved it. But Brenda Reynolds, our HOA president, who polices grass height with a ruler and probably dreams about bylaws, she'd found her next crusade. There she was, spine straight as rebar, collecting her mail. Brenda, I called, trying to keep my voice even. What's with the sticker? She gave me this smile, polite, hollow. All permanent structures require approval. It's in the covenant, Section 7, she said, like she was reading scripture. I tried to reason with her. It's a box of books, Brenda. For the community. For the kids. She just nodded like a robot. Rules are rules. Today a library, tomorrow a purple tool shed. Where does it end? The woman had a perfect circle of nonsense going. Couldn't break in, couldn't break out. So that was it. 7 days to remove it or start racking up fines. $100, then double. It wasn't about a rule. It was about power, and my box of books was apparently a threat to Brenda's beige empire. That night, the official letter came. HOA letterhead, Brenda's angular signature, threats in bold. I looked out at the library in the fading light, saw someone had left a book. Small acts of kindness. But now I felt this heat in my chest. Anger I hadn't let myself feel since Arthur. This was our neighborhood too. I wasn't going down without a fight. Before the sticker, the library was magic. Leo, all scuffed knees and wild energy, was my first customer. He'd agonize over which book to take, always leaving something behind. His mom, Maria, once handed me a container of tamales with tears in her eyes. He says your library is magic. Teenagers stopped scrolling long. Enough to pick up comics. Even Mr. Henderson, the neighborhood grump, got hooked. My porch became a front row seat to small, beautiful moments. Exactly what Arthur would have wanted. So I did what any retired teacher would do. Wrote a killer appeal letter to the HOA board. Included photos of kids reading, Maria's thank you note. Made my case like it was for a gold star. Brenda replied with a 2-line email. Board will discuss at next meeting. I showed up, cold fluorescent lights, folding chairs, Brenda at the head like a bored empress, Gary and Carol flanking her, looking dazed. They spent 45 minutes debating petunias before reading my letter in a tone that could kill houseplants. I stood, pleaded my case. This is about more than a box. It's about community, about joy. Please, just come see. Brenda cut me off. Covenant is clear. No exceptions. Vote, denied. 48 hours, or else. I walked home, feeling the neighborhood's eyes on me. No one spoke up. No one wanted to be next. Alex Chun, my neighbor's college kid, all sharp wit and righteous energy, saw me on the way in. No luck, huh, Mrs. T? When I told him, he just grinned. So, what if it's not permanent? The spark he lit in me kept me up all night. HOA covenant in hand, highlighter, and strong tea fueling my own private rebellion. On page 42, the magic words, no trailer, camper, or mobile equipment parked for more than 72 hours. Everything Brenda was harping on was about permanence. My library could roll. That's what the covenant missed. The next day, Alex and I hit the hardware store. Bought a heavy-duty garden wagon, concrete, bolts. We uninstalled the library, bolted it to the wagon, and gave it new life as the Oak Creek bookmobile. Wheels and all. Painted it bright and cheerful, Set it out just in time for Brenda's morning power walk. She stopped, jaw slack, at the sight, her bylaws colliding with my mobile loophole. I just waved, sipping my coffee like I'd won the lottery. Of course, Brenda escalated. New fines, new letters, new violations. Each one I countered, quoting chapter and verse from her beloved covenant. Alex started documenting everything, posting videos of Brenda's sidewalk stakeouts to the neighborhood Facebook page. Suddenly, people started paying attention, comments pouring in. Go Clara. Our kids love the bookmobile. The tide turned. But Brenda didn't back down. She called the cops, tried to get the city involved. Officer Miller showed up, checked out the bookmobile, and basically told Brenda to stop wasting police time. I thought it was over, but the city sent a zoning guy, Mr. Davis, with a clipboard and zero interest. Mobile vending apparatus. Cease or get fined. This was bigger than Brenda now. Municipal indifference, city codes I couldn't outsmart. The pressure got to me. Couldn't sleep, blood pressure through the roof. My doctor finally told me, let it go, Clara. It's not worth your health. For a moment, I almost gave in. But then Mr. Henderson, yes, that Mr. Henderson, marched across the lawn, fire in his eyes. Enough is enough. This is persecution, not just rules. I'm a retired litigator, and I'll represent you. Pro bono. Alex launched a petition. 500 signatures in 2 days, stories from neighbors and strangers who'd never met me but believed in the bookmobile. Henderson found the angle. What Brenda and the city called vending wasn't vending at all. Free books aren't goods or merchandise, they're ideas. This was about the First Amendment. At the city hearing, the room was packed. Brenda did her best pillar of the community act, binder full of crime scene photos of my wagon. Henderson tore her down, point by point, then let our neighbors speak. Maria, Leo, the teens, Alex with the petition. When it was my turn, I told them about Arthur, about loneliness, about what a little box of books can do. The board saw it for what it was. Complaint dismissed. Just like that, the place erupted. Cheers, hugs, real tears. Brenda stormed out, her reign over. The aftershocks were fast. Alex started a petition to recall Brenda. Didn't even need to finish before she resigned. The fines were voided. The real win wasn't that Brenda was gone. It was that the bookmobile became everyone's. People came from other towns with bags of books. Every day at 4, I'd roll it out to the corner. Kids gathered, parents lingered. Mr. Henderson swapped thrillers with a scowl and a smile. The street became a town square. Arthur would have been proud. And sometimes, as the sun set and the fireflies came out, I'd watch a new family, like the one who moved into Brenda's old house, discover the bookmobile. Is this for us? Their daughter asked, voice full of hope. Her mom smiled. I think it's for everyone. And for a long, quiet moment, the world just felt right. But here's the thing. Power, justice, what's right in a community? People argue about it, always will. Some will say I broke the rules. Others, that I stood up for something worth saving. I'd love to hear where you stand. Was it worth the fight? What would you have done? Drop your thoughts below. Tell me about the small battles you've fought for what's right. Let's keep the conversation and the stories rolling.